All right, so welcome. This is Dave for the AI workshop um, right here. So today with day three, what we're going to do is do research and we're going to pick a which project to work on. And these will be quicker tools that we can create. But the focus is to create what we call AI knowledge bases. These are basically just like your a database that you can create. Knowledge base has like information that you can search, but with AI enabled. So we're not going to create reports, but we are going to create. Because the project that we're working on outside the class is Osusu, I figure the tools we should create, which should be financial tools. So knowledge base that we're going to use is Notebook LM. But before we continue, I'll explain what a knowledge base is and the process that we're going to take. Um, to do this, acknowledge. Let me go ahead and just use my guide because let me see. Okay, it's hands-on notebook LM. So first, we're going to do research to gather the information that we need to create the knowledge base. So knowledge base, imagine like when you have questions about something and you call customer service to get information, but sometimes companies they allow you to ask their chatbot and the chatbot can give you answers. And the reason why the chatbot has answers because the company use add information on the chatbot. So that can be anything like their guidelines or tutorials on how to use a tool. Or, for example, say with this project that we're working on with the Osusu, it can be, say, for company, like we have this Osusu tool, we can create a knowledge base for people to use to learn about Osusu, like how does Osusu work, or if they want to learn about financial literacy, or if they just want to learn about anything financial related to Osusu, we can create that for them so they can use it to ask questions and learn instead of having a whole customer service to answer the questions individually. And with the knowledge base that with the reason why it's AI, the AI part allows the chatbot to understand what the person is typing without them using the code. And it can also create answers that's specific to their question. But we're going to make two different kinds. So we're going to use we're not going to let me see, we're going to create one with there's two options, either with Notebook LM or with Google Gemini. They're both Google products, but the two differences when if we use Notebook LM, that will be based on let me make sure I'm not rambling. Notebook LM will only answer questions based on the information that we feed it, where with Gemini, it will use information that we feed it to give the answers, but it also uses the internet to fill in answers for other questions that it may not see in the documents. So Notebook LM, when it doesn't have answer for the document, answer for the person, it would tell the person the resource doesn't have information on this. Or sometimes if it answers, it would be a weird answer. It's like, oh, based on the resource, it will always reference the resource, but it won't make up an answer from what it learns on the internet. That's the main two differences. But so by the end of the session, we'll use generative AI to write reports. No, so this was just what I was thinking about before we changed to say let's focus it on Osusu. But turn AI outputs and personal content into organized, searchable knowledge bases. Yep. Create a personal or project focused AI assistant using Notebook LM. That's what we're going to do. We can do ChatGPT, but with ChatGPT, that's a paid version to create their GPTs. So instead of using there, we're going to use Google Gemini to create a gem. They're pretty similar, ChatGPT and the Google Gem, but I would say if somebody has access to create ChatGPT, their GPTs are might be better depending on what you're looking for. Because with them, you can create automation, but Gemini works great for chatbots where somebody just needs information. Anyways, enough rambling. Let me just show real quick before we apply today's tools to real world off tools. Okay, so let me uh, a demo. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out how to go with the teaching part of this. So let me so first, before we get started with building a knowledge base, we need to do research, right? So we can use AI to research to find information on what we need to put on the knowledge base. So before we know, just in case somebody's just watching this and not really understanding what I mean by knowledge base, let me just show you really quick by that, or what I mean by AI chatbot. So these things here on Notebook LM, individually, they're each one notebook knowledge base, and you can add different sources. So when I was talking about how you can put your user guide, that's one source, or if it's a website, that's one source, or if it's a video from YouTube that explains something about financial literacy or susu, that's another source. Or if you have resource that is reliable to upload, if it's a PDF or if it's in a Google document, that's another resource, or you can type it in. Um, so you see, I have different kinds here, and you can add a lot of different resources here. So, for example, let me see, AI literacy. Let me click on this one, for example, because this, so building solid business foundation. I was doing research on that, so I create a AI notebook for that. And with my resources added, I only have two here, but I'm able to ask questions that if it's on here, it will give me the answer. If it's not, it will tell me that it doesn't have the answer. That's Notebook LM. Notebook LM works off of the information that you give it. And you can also use it to, depending on what questions you ask, you can use it to help you create content or to even create quizzes or just a way to study. So you see here, there are different ways you can use it. But let's see, for example, um, what are the business, no, what the foundations that a business needs. So this example, well, the internet is moving slow, so today is not high speed. But building a strong foundation is essential for successful and sustainable business. So you see how it's able to answer, and it gives you links to the. It tells you which source it pulls the information from.
Table
Right here.
works.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is one that we can create, like one type. You just need to pick and see, okay, which topic we're going to build it based off of. And then with Gemini, but the way you add the sources here, you click add and you can add your sources, like I mentioned earlier, websites, YouTube, documents, or if you have like audio files, you can add there too. But you can also search the internet within the app to give you more information, sources that you can add. So BUSINE. If I just type this, even, something simple, you can obviously be very detailed if you want something very detailed. But since I only have foundation, you can bring up sources that you can add to the document here. All right. So now for Gemini, the way
Okay.
we're going to create for this one is you go explore gems. You go on the side here when you open Gemini and explore gems. And then when you click explore gems, you click here new gem. From the new gem area, that's where you can add the name of the gem. The gem you can basically, it's a custom
Okay.
chatbot, you know? So
Okay.
earlier
Okay.
when I was typing the information about transcripts, everything, that's a chatbot. So that's like
Mm-hmm.
their own general, but now you can create your own custom one with
Okay.
specific information. And so that's where you put the name of it and then instructions of what you want it to like do. And then we can add files here as well for it to reference. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So in one that I've created with the client, actually, she says she doesn't mind if I actually, you know what? Since we did create a requirement document for this issue, I created one that's AI business requirement document creator. And actually, no, because this one I didn't test out that much to actually show everything. So let me just do this one first. Um, you actually, let me see. Um, help me create. Uh, I'll be honest. I know the way that I created this could be a lot better, but it but in this class, I'll just show you at least how to get started, and then you can improve on it better. Anyways, so they're called custom gems. So it just introduces us in hello, I'm experienced, analyst. I'm trying to with this one. I was trying to see if I can create one that does the job that I do when I for work. So that's where I started off with this idea. So to start, could you give me a brief overview of the application
Okay.
you want to create? Primary goals, and do you have any specific information or document you might that might guide the BRE creation process? So just as an
Mm-hmm.
example, how you can create your own custom one that's for a specific thing. But the only thing is, I think with these ones, if you ask a question, even if it's not about the topic, it will still answer it. I'm wondering maybe there's a way you can do the instructions for it not to do that, but just as a FYI. But it will still use the resource that you give it to answer. Like it's very effective. Like the one with the client that we use, for example, let me show real quick because I don't think, let me see, habits of beauty. So when you create the gem, when you click here to open it yourself, it opens up to use. And then let me see, what products does the store have? Well, okay, so that was a wrong question, but the way she designed it is because she wanted to use this as a tool that can help her customers learn how to use a product. So that's why you see here.
Mm,
So it's a skincare guide. She's a esthetician. So her clients, when she gives them product, they always ask her how to use it, the steps. So that's what this is created for. So,
okay.
um, um, can you give me tips on how to take care of my no on what to use for oily skin. Yeah, so it gives all these steps, and we've gone through it together, me and her, because she wrote down I guess her guide of steps that she tells people to do, and then we added it to there, so it's
Okay.
following these kind of like steps as far as clean first, exfoliate, serum, moisturize, and then sunscreen. So just as an example, but moving on from the demo, let's pick, because one thing we'll have to pick and decide is, okay, so what project or what topic do we want to build a knowledge base off of, right? For the planning phase. So we have three different options here. We can create one that is how to start or join an Osusu guide. We can create one for financial self-help notebook, or we can create one that is a Osusu group organizer kit. So this would be for somebody who wants to run or organize an Osusu, you know? So to like guide them on how to structure it and the rules they can create and everything. So based on these three, which one would you like to create? do you think we should create? The organizer kit, how to start or join Osusu, or financial self help?
Yes, how to start and join. How to start, because that is the first step the
Mm-hmm.
person should understand.
Okay. All right. So this is the one we're going to work on. So the first things we need to do is we need to start. Let me see. This is an AI assisted part one. Starter prompts for ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude. So we're going to do research first. Are you able to search yourself or not right now because of the phone?
Yes, the other phone has went off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have not charging it from this morning. I'm using the other phone, the Android phone now.
Okay. All right. So this you just follow along what I'm doing, right?
Okay.
Okay, and then I guess later on you can, because I do want you to practice Luke doing this actually. So I'll do this right now because it's very quick. I'll share the information that we find when we do the research on the folder. But because this one, it's not a hard one to set up. I think for homework, this would be one that I would want for you to take and create your own. It's the same on same topic, but just so you can create it. And then if just in case if you when you do research you come up with other things you can add to it. So I'll do this, and then for the next class I would love to see one that you create, just to see like your own hands-on practice. So let me see, give students one of these to copy and paste. That's the reason why I asked is just to see if you could do the research, but let's see. We can pick which ones we want to use. Explain what an Osusu is in a simple language. Then write a short guide on how someone can start or join an Osusu group, including steps, rules, and advice. Keep it short and clear, like something you'd print and give to a friend. Another one, for organizers or leaders. I'm helping someone in Sierra Leone start an Osusu group with friends. Write a one-page guide. Let me put write a one-page guide. I don't like um, to start an Osusu group in. Actually, the Osusu, from what I understand, it's mainly friends and family that do it, right? Do people do it with other strangers? For now, do they?
Now they are doing it like a business.
Oh, okay, okay. So somebody does it as a business and then they get other people that want to join. Okay. Yeah,
Yes,
that's why I
yes.
wanted to change the prompt, instead of how to start it with friends, just general. Write a one page guide to start an Osusu group in Sierra Leone. What Osusu is, how to form, and then this other one. So how to start, this one is write a short guide how someone can start or join a group, include steps. So these are for organizers or leaders, for beginners. Option C, for creating a printable or post. Write a checklist guide for how to start or join a Osusu group. Make it friendly and easy to understand. Break it into 5 sections: what it is, who it's for, how it is, how to know. Um, so with these prompts, what we're going to do is add their names or group names to the docs. Let me see. Save as PDF to share with others. You can also suggest adding their own note. Okay, so I get it. So we're just basically doing the research and putting the documents in a clean one. That way, when it's clean, we can upload it to Note, Notebook LM or to Gemini. But I think Notebook LM, let me see. We can do Google Docs. Okay, good. Just checking. All right, so the first place I think to search, we have Gemini, we have, I mean, we can even search just Google, you know? So right now we're just trying to pull information, but let me, which one, I don't know which prompt to use. Which prompt? Because they're very
Yeah, for the
similar.
for the example, law use this. Yeah, law use option A.
Option A, keep it
Mm-hmm.
short and clear, like something.
Mm.
Okay, I'll put this one, and then I think I want to try this one too, and just
Okay.
because information we can blend it, put it together. But yeah, let's start
Mm-hmm.
with let's just do it all. But yeah, let's start with A. You're right. So we'll start with Gemini. Let me. I like ChatGPT for research. Actually, so you have ChatGPT. I'm going to use Perplexity. Also, Perplexity is a place to do another search there. And then we have ChatGPT. And then we also have Gemini. Actually, I think with Gemini, let me do deep research. Selecting this tool with start a chat, you can return to the conversation. That's fine. Deep research. Go ahead. So, what is an Osusu? Osusu is called. Let me just. Okay, I guess you know what? Hmm. Should we just read through everything or just. I don't know. Let's read through it at least make sure. Okay. It's a simple way for a group of people to save money together. Each member puts the same amount of money regularly, like weekly or monthly, and each time one person receives the full amount called collected, someone takes turn until all members receive a payout. It's based on trust and community support. How to start a journal Susu group. Um, Step one, find or create a group. Gather trusted friends, family, or coworkers. Ideal group size. Everyone must be reliable and committed. Set the rules, contribution amounts, frequency, how often you pay, payout order, decide who gets paid and when, start and end date, make it clear when Osusu begins and ends, payment methods, cash, bank transfer, mobile payout, late rules, what happens if someone pays late or drops out. Step three, choose a leader, optional, a
Mm-hmm.
trusted person can manage collection, track payments, and handle any issues, or use a shared tracker like a spreadsheet or WhatsApp group for transparency. Stick to the plan, pay on time, communicate if issues come up, keep everything clear and respectful. Tips and advice: only join associates with people you trust, don't use money you can't afford to part with, write down the rules so everyone agrees. Hmm. Yep. For beginner groups or higher amounts, consider a basic contract. Ususu equals savings together, growing together. Want to save money without the stress? Start your own Ususu with community. That one sounds good?
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So let me, day three, day three project files. Let me, um,
So low name the tool we use for the sorry, let's name the tool we use for that tab.
okay.
So that we use different yes. So that
Okay.
when we are coming to upload them, we know that this one is one that gives us this.
Okay. I see what you mean. Okay. So I'll put this name here. And then on the thing here, let me see. Mm, like on the title or just in the
Mm-hmm.
document?
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, in the title, yes, for
Okay,
us to see it.
like that.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, that makes sense. A Susu group, and then for perplexity, They have. Let me copy and then let's. Okay. What is an
Okay, you
osusu?
can.
I guess ideally we actually should review everything before we put it. So,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
do you want to read this or are you able to see it?
I can see it.
Okay, good.
An OCC is a simple traditional service group where a small number of people come together to help each other save money. Each member contributes a fixed amount of money at regular interval, like weekly or monthly, and one member takes the total sum each time. This continues until everyone has received the lump sum once. Then the circle can start again. Osusu is based on trust and is common in many African and Caribbean countries. It helps people save, access lump sum of big expenses, or handle emergencies without needing a bank or pay, paying interest. How to start or join an Osusu group. Step one, find trusted people. Gather a group of reliable friends, family, or co-worker. Trust is essential. Agree on the rules, decide together how much each person will contribute, how often he will contribute, weekly, monthly, the order in which member will receive the lump sum. Choose an organizer, pick someone responsible to collect and distribute the money. Sometimes the person gets a small fee for their work. Write down the agreement, even if it's informal. Note the rules and schedule so everyone is clear. Up to basic rules. Always pay your shares on time. If you can, if you can't pay, inform the group early. Only join if you know you can keep up with payments. So these are the small basic rules. Then the group can decide to active advise. Keep the group small. That is from 5 to 20 people. For easier management, start with a small contribution until everyone is comfortable. Use simple record, notebook or group chats to track payments and receipts. If possible, meets regular to build trust and discuss any issue. You can use cash or if anyone agrees, mobile money to make contribution easier. Join an existing group. Ask, ask around among friends, family, or colleagues. Make sure you understand the rules before joining. Only join group where you trust the members and organizer. Osusu is great way to save and support each other, but only work well with trust and commitment from everyone involved.
Okay, good job. And then we'll do Gemini just for the sake.
Mhm.
Oh, Gemini, I forgot to do deep research, so I need to
Yeah.
confirm the research. Uh, I guess while it's doing that, let me see the other prompts real quick. How to start AI work projects. Okay. Um, the other prompt. What did it say? Write a one-page guide to start. So basically, not the same thing, but I wonder what's not the difference. It says for organizers or leaders.
Mm-hmm. Well, now
Oh.
I think the first one now the first one is for beginners,
Mm-hmm.
and I think beginners comprises of people that want to come together. Like when you want to come together, that's why it gives us that scenario when we use it as a tool. So now this one option B now this one is for organizer if you want to organize. So if we do this, these are
Oh.
the things you should know you as an organizer. For example, if I decide that I'm going to embark on this Osusu project, so what I should know, if we use this option B, is the one that is, though that information is going to come, so that I can have prior knowledge that I should know what is an Osusu. So I should know how to form a group. Then I should know
Okay.
the rules and regulation and responsibility. Then
Yeah,
what are the common challenges? I should know them.
that makes sense.
Then the tips for success. That's how I
Ah,
understand them.
okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. You're right because this is how to form a group, and it's for
Mm-hmm.
organizers and leaders. Okay, like you said, how the people are doing it now as a business, so this would be for
Mm-hmm.
them.
Yeah.
And then this is somebody who just the public, anybody who's interested, just
Yes.
as a beginner.
Yes.
And then I
Mm-hmm.
guess this is just like a checklist, like
Yes. For creating
for
a
creating, yeah,
printable or post.
yeah, a checklist guide how to start or join a group. Okay, I see for each either one. Okay. All right, well, in that case, we'll just work on this option A since it's completely
Mm-hmm.
different, so we can just stay focused on one. And then maybe for the homework instead, this is the one to do, right?
Okay. The second one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so for the homework, just
Okay.
work on this one. And then for the class right now, we'll just work on option A to create this one.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's see. Or do you think you should just do homework for this? What do you, as a student, do you think it's better just to repeat what we did in class or for you to try a different one?
Yes, I will try that one. Then I try this also.
You think, okay, if it's not too much, let me know. But if it is, I think just one of them is fine, whichever one you pick.
I have more time because today, after today, tomorrow, next tomorrow, then we'll have another meet. I can do it. I can try them.
Okay, all right. Wow, this is the more we do this, the more I'm like, okay, this is actually really possible. You see, they already people already doing it as a business. Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay, so Google Gemini deep research takes a lot.
Like this project, what I'm thinking, I just want to create an app. Then if we only have the power to create an app, then we popularize it. We are not going to do the business, but anyone that is using our app, we are going to get commission.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's
That
what you
is
want to
the
do with
thing
this app.
I'm thinking. Yes. Yeah. So if we create the app, someone in Kenema wants to use the app, he is easily going to Apple Store or or Google Store
Mm-hmm.
or Android Store and download the app. He fill the information, everything. We have our database. We know that this person has registered for this app. So we are going to have our review on those websites, other things. So they are going to work. They are going to input information because information again is money.
Mm-hmm. Okay, wait. So you're saying basically want this to be an app that people organizers basically can use to organize their Ususu
Mm-hmm.
group.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Like for example, like WhatsApp. Just an example. So the one that creates WhatsApp is there already. So the app is already on the internet. So when you want to use it, it's at your own disposal. So you go, you enter in from there, basically like that.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just thinking, there are many ideas coming to my head. I'm just thinking.
Yeah, I
These are
mean,
all just suggestions.
yeah. Write the ideas down because you can. I think it can make it work. You know, it could work. We just need to I think before sending it to public, like for somebody who knows developer,
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
make sure
Yeah.
everything is set up right, especially if you
Mm-hmm.
want to collect a fee from them, like how to set up
Mm-hmm.
a payment, all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely
Yes,
possible.
exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This, I think, the instructions that we came from yesterday, you can definitely create the app, even if it's on WhatsApp or not on WhatsApp. I know WhatsApp is like the
Yes,
popular place people like to go to, right?
exactly. Yes.
Do you think they'll use it if it's not on WhatsApp, if it's an app alone?
Yes. Yes, they can use it.
They will
They
still.
can use they can use it.
Okay, yeah.
If it's a standalone app, they can use it.
Okay, yeah, because I don't know, did you get a chance to go in the thing that I sent? I mean, it's fine if you haven't because it was just yesterday. Google.
The note you sent.
Well, just the link that I sent. This was based off of the instructions. Let me see. Let me just hmm. I think project files. Let me just see project files real quick. Project how to start day three syllabus. I'm trying to hold on a second. So the steps to create AI workshop, and I'm all over the place, but I'm
Look
gonna
at
make.
step.
Where's
I'm
the one?
seeing it.
Oh, the steps for Ususu prototype. Okay,
Prototype there.
yeah. So this one, how is set. You can use AppSheet as the main user interface. So the
Mm-hmm.
standalone will be built on Google AppSheet. So it could be an app that's on
Mm-hmm.
Google. I
Mm.
think with AppSheet you can put it on Google the App Store and maybe even the Apple App Store. But this is what AppSheet is, you know,
Yes.
and it's still a Google product. So as long as you have your Gmail, you have it, and you can really create an app here.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and they have templates
Okay.
of they already have like app templates that people can
Google
build.
survey,
That's already
project tracker. You see?
Yeah, so they
All
have
these are
templates
there.
that I already have, or you can create like the Ususu one, follow the steps here,
Mm.
but it's based off of AppSheet and Google Sheets. Of course, to add more, we can add more enhancements to it. But remember, this one I only asked for the MVP, the most
Mm-hmm.
valuable product. So only like what is necessary, and then we can add more features like the AI stuff, the connecting the payment later.
Mm-hmm.
But this is where
And also the chatbot.
Yeah, all that we can add. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure we can add that here. I haven't checked, but I'm pretty sure it's possible, you know? But this is where you build a standalone app, which will be by itself. Maybe there's a way to connect that with WhatsApp, but with research you can find out, yeah. Because I'm even looking at this for what am I looking for? Bef- um ah expense. What's that? And the client. This is what I'm looking for to build for this.
Client expense.
Yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
one of my friends, she's an accountant, and she said this is like a very hard thing for them. Not to say it's not hard, but it takes a lot of time to track
Mm-hmm.
receipts when they file taxes for people. So I was like,
Okay.
okay, maybe there's something to be done with this. But I was surprised. So I'm like, I was very surprised that I can just create an app here and you can customize it yourself. But yeah,
Okay.
so this is where I'm thinking to. Well, not to say I'm thinking like this is where the standalone will be built on, but
Okay.
yeah, using this one. It's just the steps will take a while to go back and forth, but it's definitely possible to create the app, you know? It's possible. I know it is. Okay, let me move away now. But isn't that nice? Like all these different ones that's already pre built.
Mm-hmm. All these are templates.
Yeah, they're all
So
templates you
you
can
just
start
take an
with.
idea.
Yeah. Or if you don't have a template, you can just go ahead and create your first app. I don't know. How do you create? So start with existing data or start with a template or just a blank app. Or if you have a database, you can import your database from Google Sheets or create a new database to start with. Yeah,
Okay.
that's all. Let me see. Yeah. You see, I've never gone into this. This is my first time. Wow, this is a very powerful tool to give for free.
Mm-hmm.
App,
Mm-hmm.
let me see. Start with
A template.
a template. Let me just see what.
Let's see templates. Yes.
Well, the template you pick one and then you.
Simple event based. Let's look for the simple event phase.
Inventory.
Event
Okay.
phase.
Mm, okay.
Mm,
So when you
okay.
click here, you can do the different view, the tablet view or the laptop view.
The laptop view.
Oh, it brings the whole thing.
Mm, mm,
Okay. So you have like the list of inventory. How do you edit? Oh, okay. This is how you edit. Mm. You click
if you
here.
want to add,
Oh, you
if you
edit.
want to add, yes, edit view.
Oh, you edit the view. Oh, this is very, not to say very. It's possible, but wow, you can really customize this.
Mm-hmm.
So the view is if you see here, I guess the primary navigation items, inventory log levels. So items, inventory log levels. The main navigation is assistance. I don't know where that is. Menu navigation. But yeah, this is all stuff I guess you can customize to change. I don't know. Oh, but you edit the data. Let me see. Items. More. Show and preview, rename, move. Okay, so this is where we can add or remove what you want to show in the navigation.
Okay.
I mean, I think the best thing is like when you have an idea of what something looks like, how you want it to do.
Mm,
And then when you look at
mm.
these, you can know what to add or
Like
remove.
that document you create. That
Mm-hmm.
document you create is the one that is going to capture whatever you need the app to function on.
Oh yeah,
From
the
there,
requirement
you are going
documents.
to have it on the side. Yes, you are going to have it on the side. Then you have the app on the other screen. Because
Hmm.
normally when there is slides, I have two screens.
Yeah,
The one in the computer is what I'm doing with the chat, and the other one is another page to to do my exercise.
yeah, exactly. Wow, this is. I didn't expect it to be like this. Where you really can like this is. I think it's this is a really good one. Like it's full stack. You know, like you can really
Mhm,
customize it and engineer develop it. You know, it's not just like a basic.
mm.
Oh, it's not basic like I would say like the gem that we try to create here.
Yes, yes.
This is basic. But I think with this app, it's actually like a full app that we can create. Like we said, it can go on. People can pay for it. It can go on the app stores,
Okay.
and it's free right here. So this is it's good. It's good. I just don't know how to edit it yet. Since we're recording for the class, I'll just move on. But this is
Mm.
good just to play around. And there's, I'm sure we
Like
can.
gallery, table, maps, all of these are things that
Where are you looking at?
I'm looking at view type, view type.
Oh, you're looking through it. Okay. Oh,
Mm,
here. Oh, okay. The calendar, decks, tables, galleries, maps,
mm,
cards. Yeah, charts, dashboard, position, first, next, last, sort by,
mm,
layout, list, photos. If you want just
mm,
photos, if you want like a backdrop, just a
mm.
picture,
Like backdrop, you see? Yes,
badge.
large to them.
Wow. I wonder, hold on. Create app, blank app.
Blank. Yes, let's see. Yes, see, new app. So now let's in
Um,
category finance,
where's the, they don't have finance here?
sales and CRM,
Huh.
planning and project management, customize, customer engagement,
You think that?
customer engagement.
You sure that one?
Yeah, let's try it. Yeah, let's try it if we can see what we want.
I just want to see how it look like when you say new, create app, new app. Try it here on editor. Your Osusu Pal app is ready. It's now connected to the data you've provided. I don't know what this is. Oh, okay. You know, this is customer engagement because it's a customers, so it's just showing you how you can add a customer. Okay.
Okay.
So that's what this is. So it's just very plain and just like a list of the customers. So it's not really that what we're looking for, but you can still customize this and change it up to. Because remember, I think what we'll add as a database for this one here, the data that you add, well, based on the steps here, I
Mm-hmm.
think when it was telling us how to create these, remember when I was creating the tables, the Google Sheets?
Yeah.
These are the things
Mm-hmm.
that you'll add as a data for it to know, okay, what to display.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, the
Okay.
sheet, but then we're also
Okay.
going to
That
create, go ahead.
okay. That means this one, this tab we are on right now. This one concerns on what the app wants the app to function on, right?
This one,
Mm-hmm.
well, these are the steps just for like to create the app. The one that has the requirement. You're talking about the requirement document? Is that what you're
Mm-hmm.
asking me?
No, no. I saw something like similar like the required document. I
Oh,
saw something at that very document that you closed.
oh, okay. Let me see. So this one,
Yeah, the steps. Yes. So you see, log their service directly through the app. That means that the on Google form needed. View their balance and service history. See group tab if allowed. So all of these are some of the things that are going to be viewed when
yeah,
someone open the app.
yeah. So these are the things that we want the app to do when they open it, to be able to log their savings, view the balance, and things like that. For the MVP version, like the bigger version, I guess later on has all these other ones, the features that we have added. Remember on the requirement document,
Mm-hmm.
how they can switch between
Yes, yes,
individual
yes, yes.
savings or group
Individual type.
savings. This is like the bigger
Mm-hmm.
vision of the app,
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay.
like what you're working towards, the app. Like it's not collecting money, but it will in the future. But
Yes, yes.
maybe I think since you said you want to, it's not collecting money for the Osusu, but I guess you want to collect money for them to like use the app. So that's a feature to think
Yeah.
about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I
Mm-hmm.
think that's why I really
Mm-hmm.
definitely need a developer. But yeah, but so this is a bigger version of the. Let me just put this here as a tab in the. Let me see name. I'm just going to like at least make this just be about like the bigger Osusu one,
Mm-hmm.
that one, and I think where's there was what did I put the screenshot? Remember there was a screenshot that they created for me, right? Uh, well, just for ideas for how it should look. Like not to say this is how it looks, it has to look, but just ideas, of what the screens can look like. Wait, this is too much. We don't- Okay, I think I'm getting sidetracked. Hold on. We're getting sidetracked here. Okay. The Osusu app is just very interesting. But we're getting sidetracked. So let me just do these and then continue with the knowledge base. All right. We'll continue with the knowledge base. What is an Osusu? So we did research. So we're going to continue with the knowledge base now. We got sidetracked with the Osusu pal, but that's an exciting project. Um, which one is this? ChatGPT. This one was Gemini, I think. Perplexity. Perplexity. And this one. Trying to figure out the best way to write this so they stay together but they're separate. I think I put it this way. Okay. And then we had, let me just X out. I'm excited to go back in here and just see what to create. Because I have not actually opened this to look and to create. All I do is just like search ChatGPT if it's possible, if it's possible. But wow, this is very customizable. That's good. Let me see. Where is Gemini? So this is what Gemini came up with. Gemini did deep research. That's why theirs is a little longer, but we can see um, export, copy content, um, day three, project files. Okay. So theirs is very long. I don't think we should sit here to read 11-page long documents, but I will change the name at least here. Gemini. Okay, how to start a Osusu group. I'll just go quickly what it says. Your community partner, Osusu, often known as the various names. Okay. This is a bit too much. I don't think deep research was necessary for this. You see? So never mind. Okay. Payout rotation, predefined, random assignment, bidding. Okay, maybe it's not too much. I think the history of it is too long. Okay. Setting the rules, random assignment, social structure. Historically, those with higher social standing have received fund. No. Welcome back. But I'm
The
just
network.
reading. Hmm?
It's the network.
The next what?
The network. The network.
Yeah, 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 I figured. So this one with the deep research is very, very long, but it could be helpful still because it goes into details. It's not very direct though, you know? But for the sake of the project being this messy, to provide clear perspective, the following table compares key aspects of an Osusu traditional banking. Okay, this will input. That's all. Gemini Deep Research. For the sake of just moving forward, okay, so we have our sources, right? Let's just move forward because I was going to do another search. So we have this project one, ChatGPT, Perplexity, we like the answer to, and then Gemini Deep Research. So what we're creating the knowledge base. Okay, yeah. So once you gather your information, so it's not just one. If you want, you can create more than one. Like for example, when we go to Perplexity here, right? If we want to look further into it, you can House of the Servants. Let me see. I want to see what this is. Basically, I was saying like through the links that they give you, we can find additional sources, right? To verify the information or to add to the notebook. But I'm reading through this. I don't think I want this in there, so we're gonna X out of there. Wikimedia, Susu Informal Group. This one, I'm basically trying to see to show how if you find other sources or if you have other sources, you can add to the um what's it called notebook. But since that process will take a little while, let's just go ahead and create the notebook. So first one we'll create. Let's create Gemini first because that one I. So when we explore gems and then we create new gem, the project name we could name it how to start an Osusu group. Let me see. Sometimes what I do, okay, here's my process. Sometimes what I'll do, I'll tell it like I'm about to create a Google for how to. Is it how to join, start, or join an Osusu group? Okay. So I'll tell them how to start or join. I just ask it exactly for the name and the instructions So this is it. Like if you don't want to think too much about the creative things like that or other decisions to make, you can use AI to help you. Or if you already have a name, go ahead. So we can name it Osusu Starter Group Saving Made Simple, or Easy Osusu Guide, Start an Osusu Circle, Osusu Buddy, Save with Friends. I'll go with Easy Osusu Guide. So instructions for the Gem chatbot prompt. Um, Sometimes these prompts are good, sometimes they're not, but you just go ahead and make the changes that you need. But use this as a Gem descriptions or chat starter for someone. Visit. Welcome. I'm here to help you learn how to start or join a Susu group. So I can guide you through that. Just ask me anything. Let your group savings journey start. Would you like a visual or simple image cover icon to go along with your gem? That's fine. I don't need that. Let me see if this works. Actually, because another. So right now I'm just like doing a search because I really want the instructions to be good. So I'm just taking this one. Sample instructions in the screen can. So what I did, and this you can also do on Google Gemini. I just opened ChatGPT since I started here with it, because I want to get instructions to put on the gem. So I just ask it based on the sample instructions. Because this one that it gave me, it might be right, but I'm not sure. Like it sounds right as far as like what the this is basically instructing the gem how to introduce itself to the people. But since the sample that Google Gemini gave, the structure looks different, I just wanted it to give me another option to use. So where am I with this? Right here. See the structure, the example that I gave, it's different from here, but that's why I'm asking it to give me another one, but with a screenshot. But while that's doing that, you can also now add your files for reference. So now we add the files, we upload files. We can also add it from Drive. Since we already have it on Drive, we have Perplexity. I like the. Is there one that you prefer? I like the Perplexity one, so I'm going to use it. But if you have any preference for one or the other, you can add multiple files too. But just to not create
Okay,
confusion, yeah, since I don't want to create confusion, I'm just going to add the one that I like. If I had other document
okay.
with additional information, you can also add it.
Mm,
Any
no
other one.
problem.
So insert. Like say if you have another document with actual rules and guidelines that you want the chat to tell people specific rules, you can add that there. Um, or if there's regulations that the government may have put out about osusus, you can put it there. Um, so that instructions, you are a friendly, knowledgeable financial guide with deep understanding of Osusu, also called Susu Rotating Savings. You help everyday people understand how Osusu works, how to start or join a group, and how to set fair, clear rules. You break down top financial topics, encouraging language. Your tone is that. Give practical steps, real life examples, encouraging trust. I can help generate one or more guide or guide you to. Let me just put these instructions here. So I put those instructions. I think I like. I'm going to go ahead and kind of combine these two together because I do like what it gave me for the starter. Because when somebody enters a chat, if you don't tell it how to greet the person, it won't show anything. So I like how the first one that ChatGPT gave me here, it was a guide on how the chatbot should like introduce itself. So I'm going to Perplexity. Since I'm using this, I'm just going to let me see where it makes sense for me to put that real quick. Hold on. Day three syllabus, day three starter prompts. I'm gonna put it here on my prompt. Yeah. So this document is just like the prompts that I use for today. So it's not organized, but just the prompts that we used. Um, that's for research, rename. So this was topic research, um, rename, chat. Let me see, chat instructions, AI chat instructions. Let me see. So that one, and then the other one was this one. Where's the other one? I want to combine. Where are you? Hmm, it's here somewhere. Let's X out. Let me close some pages because this is okay. There we go. Chat instructions. There we go. So I tell it the role that it has and what it's supposed to do in the tone, and I just want to tell it to like use this chat starter for when someone visits. Welcome. I guess leave the emojis. Okay, I'll leave them. I don't like emojis much, but I'll leave it. People like emojis. Okay. So I'm copying this whole thing as a chat instructions for Gemini.
Okay.
So I'll put Gemini. Gem actually, because it's Gem. And then that is what I'll put here. Okay. If I click save, start chat. So ideally, it should have greeted me, the person, but let me see. Let me put hello. Oh, okay. When the person says something, then it greets. Let me ask this question: is there a way that we can instruct the Google? Hmm. How do I set up a chat? I'm trying to see if there's a way I can get the chat to, you know, initiate the person, like kind of help the person get started, you know? Let me see. How do I set up a
Mm,
chat? Start.
like greeting the person's name, right?
What?
Like greeting and give the person's name. Example, hello, Abu. Is that what you mean?
Well, right now with this specific one, it's not going to greet you with your name with this
Uh-huh.
gem, but
Uh-huh. Okay.
but the greeting basically like what I'm saying is so when the person opens up the thing here, Ususugai, right now it's not saying
Mhm.
anything, you know, it's just empty. So I have to say something
Okay.
first. So I was wondering if there's a way it
Okay.
can automatically greet you, but ChatGPT said it
Okay.
can't.
Okay.
But it was saying something
Okay.
how you can give it a starter. So with
Okay.
that, I don't think it can do that. No, they don't have a
Mhm.
chat starter. Mm.
Because like the one that greets with the name, I believe, is when you log in with your account
Yeah,
that it
exactly,
already has your name.
exactly. To get started, type or click. Okay, well, ChatGPT is giving me instructions that don't exist yet, but I just want to let me come edit this real quick. So it has these. It has that. So it does. I don't like the emoji. I'm not gonna lie, but this I like. It can keep these. I wonder if I put this. You know what? This is. I think this is fine. So with the way with this one works, say you come here, you start a new chat, and you say hello, and then so it greets you immediately, saying, welcome. I'm here to help you learn to start or join a Susu group, and then this is exactly what I told it to do. So now the person can go ahead. It told them like ask me anything like what's in the Susu group, and then so this is just like a very simple chatbot to use, and it does that. It gives you the answer to what you ask, and so the cool thing with this one, though, let me see. So I want to start a group with 10 people. Okay. So it could just like really help the person, if they have specific information on their situation. So I want to start with 10 people to start August 1st, and they can give them instructions how and like a timeline on when to do them, agree to the rules together, and order payout, and then choose an organizer July. So It's helpful. Now, the only thing with this one, I would say, Gemini, with all these instructions that we just went through, you cannot share this with somebody. So when
Okay,
you create
okay.
this, all you can do is like what we just did. Like I have the guideline, so you can give them to set up themselves. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping one day they can do it that way. You can share it that way. They can just use it. But that's the unfortunate part.
Mm-hmm.
So it's useful for if somebody's an organizer and they need help with this, and you can sell it to them. They never been an organizer before. But now with Notebook LM, this one is the one that's much more powerful that you can share. So when we create the notebook with this one, we upload the file. Now with the file itself, you actually, if you make an update on the file on your Google Drive, it will update this information here also.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one, we can also change the name of it. Mm, where's the name? Izu Susu Guide. And then, so with this one, let me see the same question. Let me ask the question to show the comparison. I think I already closed it. I already closed it. But let me just go ahead and this one. It's more off of Hello, based on the source provided, I can share information about Osusu groups. An Osusu is simple, traditional savings group where a small number of people come together to help each other save money. If you have any questions about how an Osusu group works, how to start one, or any other related topics from the sources, please feel free to ask me. So the main difference, you see this one, it talks about the topics. I mean the resource, so it's only going to give answers based off of resources. I wonder now though if I ask, so before you send this out, it's very useful to test out all the different questions. That way you can see, do I need to add other information on the sources, or things like that. So when you want to add more information on the sources, you can add it by typing information that you have or using one of these sources or discover sources by searching the internet inside of the app to add sources. Now, the same thing as the other one, let me just ask I want to start an Osusu group with 10 people starting on AUGUST. Give me the steps to start that. Um, yeah. So you see, the difference between these two, the chat, what's it called?
Mm-hmm.
This one, it did also give you steps to start the group, but the other one, Gemini, since it used the like, it's not just limited to the sources. So remember how it gave like the dates of when to do the timeline and everything? That's why. Like here, we didn't give a guide of like dates and when the like how many days in between the rules of like when to set up the like each step. I don't know if it makes
Okay.
sense, but Gemini is able to be more creative where this one is sticks just to the information, the sources. So since we didn't give any timeline stuff of like, okay, well, if you, for example, there were no rules of timeline. So like, so if you find the people, we don't have a rule like, okay, well, now after you find people, in 2 days you need to agree to the rules. Like in 5 days you need to choose an organizer. Since we didn't have that, it's not giving us like that type of information. But it's still really,
Okay.
really useful because this one you can share with people. This one you can share and they can access it as a viewer, as an editor, or you can take away their access. And you can also It's still private with somebody else that you share it with, but you can also make it just public where anybody can access it. So when you
Okay.
send this off, that way the other people have access to it. Now they can search. If they are only a viewer, they cannot add any sources, but if they are editor, they can add sources. So this is useful too, but this is a useful one where it's easy to share with other people. Now they do have other ones with Google, not Google, but no. So that's all. This is the main part of like the class today is to create your AI knowledge base to make it easier to
Okay.
search your knowledge. And with this Osusupal, this is a tool that you can share with people who are new to Osusu and want to learn how to set it up and how to join one. They can use this source as a guide. Now, if you will find more information that's outside of the AI search, like let's say if we actually go find basically the more information that you give it, the better it can work depending on what the use case is. So if you find more information that's more, like I said, policies or anything like that, or a frame, say if you have like actual rules that you want, actual rules and guidelines, you can add them here. um, wow. Oh wow! So it is. You did say that there's Osusu Digital people already doing some apps for it. Health Osusu savings plans for healthcare. Okay, this is interesting. Osusu for healthcare. Okay, let me stop. All right, that's that one. Um, I guess that's it. And then here with this one though, it does give suggestions as far as if somebody comes in here, they don't know exactly how to start or what questions to ask. It gives questions here that they can ask. So define an Osusu group, list three crucial Osusu rules, and you click on it to get the answer. Always pay your share, trust and honesty. Only join if you know if you can keep up. And then it just has
Okay.
it gives you more. The more you click, the more suggestions it gives. Yeah. What is this one? What are the fundamental principles and operational mechanism of Osusu savings? Yeah, foundation principles, trust, support, commitment, and reliability. But yeah, so that's that. These are the knowledge bases we can create. I guess before we leave, there is, since I'm pretty sure with more research we can find other free sources to use. But since the big difference between ChatGPT and Notebook LM is that Notebook LM sticks just the source without the internet, and ChatGPT no, Gemini it uses the internet, but to me I feel like Gemini. There's something about Gemini where, oh yeah, you can't share it, right? So right now it's
Mm,
fine, but if you can't share with other people, it's only useful to the person that set it up, unless you share with somebody who knows how to set it up. But with ChatGPT, if you have access to create these things called GPTs, you can create one that you can share, and it also accesses the internet to give you additional information that may not be on your sources. Um, so there's a good and a bad thing about that. It's helpful for some people who don't care about the source has to be 100% correct, reliable, long as it's correct. But people who do care about that, they will prefer Notebook LM. So right now you can't create a gem unless you have an account. But I just wanted to show really quick how you have an account where you can create one with this is ChatGPT, so it's their version of an AI chatbot that you can customize. So you can say something like make a creative. who helps waste. What would you like? Okay, so I'm just going to make a quick one here using what we already had without. Let me see. I'm just going to give it exactly this without too much figuring out and let it update the GPT. Okay. And I want to add files. Uh, I need to, I don't think I have Gemini. Let me see if I can connect to my Google Drive. Uh,
That means all about this AI thing is that we training it to be more proficient.
yeah, we are. We are training it every day, all day. And then as you train it, sometimes it might take somebody's job because they give it all the information.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's all we're doing. We're just training it because it's very generic when you get it. So when you give it information that's specific to the problem you're trying to address, that's when it gets better.
Yes. Mm.
Yeah, so I'm giving it the file now. Although right now it's like based off of what I gave it. See here, what is an Osusu? How does it work? So this is a preview of what the chat looks like. So
Mm.
now with them, it's like, how do I this is what it I don't think I can test it yet. It's taken a while here, so give me but yeah, that's what AI is your the training part, the customization part, it really makes a difference in how the AI works with you, yeah. You train it, you train it, you train it. Wow, why is it unable to upload? How to start? Okay. Knowledge base. Okay, let me try to I don't know why I was having a problem with that, so let me just download this one document because that was weird. Um, which document was it? Perplexity? Not I know.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Perplexity. Okay. File download. And then when I open up this one, upload file. Oh yeah, so the I came to this one after when you click on create, it's only the chat here, but when you go configure, um this is where you can make the changes. Warm financial guide for savings. Um, there was something that I got before from ChatGPT that I really like for the description. Can't remember now. I wish I would have saved it. Sorry. I don't know which screen I'm supposed to open. Day two job form. Okay, this one. What is this one? Topic search. No. Let's close you. It was something about the. Let me see. So I'm trying to find something about the, because here it's asking me about the description, and I don't like this as a description, but there was something that it gave me. Let me see on the personal account for the description that I liked. Oh, okay, never mind. I don't think that's what I thought it was. Okay, so did I accidentally close? I think I did close it accidentally.
Okay.
The Osusu bot. I accidentally closed the chat bot, I think. Hold on. Mm, dang, we lost it. No, no, no. Yeah, we did.
Check the charts here.
Huh? What'd you say?
I said, if you want to see it, you check the history.
Yeah, I just. Well, because this one, it's not one that goes in the history, and I think I accidentally closed the.
Okay, this is the chat. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
but um I'm trying to think real quick. Let me just save that link real quick. I'll just go ahead and open up a new one. It's okay, because I messed up.
Mhm.
GPTs. Maybe it's saved. Let me click my GPTs. Okay, it is saved. Easy Osusu guide.
Easy also, so yes.
Yeah. That and a knowledge base. Let me add this. Perplexity. That was a lot faster. So you can add more. Um, if you want to use a specific model, you can do that. And then this is the things that it can do. It can do a web search, open up the canvas. The canvas is the thing that opens to like as a different, not a new window, but on the side that you can edit the document. And for it to create images, I don't think I want to do image creation for this because there's no need for it. Do you think we should do image creation? Um, I'll say no for this one for now because it's not necessary. I don't know what new actions. Authentication let your GPT retrieve information or take action outside of ChatGPT. Oh, this is where you can do automation for that. Okay, this is more advanced to change it, but say for example, you know what? I really think I should. I don't. I need to look more into this to understand how it works, but I can imagine, say, if this is we decide to build an Osusu chatbot where somebody can just. It won't be like a WhatsApp chat where everybody's in the same group or individual chat, and then somebody can just say, I don't know, update that they made a deposit. Maybe you can update like a document, but let me not. Actually, you know what? I'll take it back. I'm not going to make any explanation. This is just a way to do automation with the chatbot, and automation is when, like it says here, you can retrieve information or do other things outside of ChatGPT, but it's connected to the chatbot. So it's definitely a lot more better features than the other ones, but it takes more time to set it up and but it's not necessary for every use situation. For this one though, for the Osusu guide, it's not necessary. So with this all here, this is a conversation starter. So these things here are just what shows up when somebody opens up the chat that they can use to get started. And with that being said, you can do create. When you click create, you can now add editors to collaborate to your GPTs. So if I want to add anybody to edit with me with the GPT, they can anyone with Cloud9 AI Advisory link, anyone with link. Ah, to invite people to actually use it. So that's where you make this is like if you have like a company with groups of other people to join to edit, but um copy link, view GPT. So with this one now, it's called Easy Osusu Guide. When you view the GPT, when you open it, this is right here. What's an Osusu? How does it work? How can I use an app to manage Osusu contributions? So yeah, so it's very similar, but now it's we build an Osusu guide on ChatGPT with the GPT. But let me see. With that same question that I asked with the other ones, of course I closed that. Did I close it? I did. I think I did close it. Yeah, I was gonna ask the question. With 10 people starting August 1st. So after this, I think we should be done with class because we've been here for more than almost 2 hours. 11, 12, 1. Step by step, how to start your Susu group. So this gives you the steps just like the other ones. So these are three different ways that we've come up with to create knowledge base with AI. So we have Google Gemini, ChatGPT, GPT, and Notebook LM. Um, just to show what they were. So I have the Easy Osusu guide here, and then with Gem Gemini, we have the Easy Osusu guide here also. And there are pros and cons for each. Right now, I would say when it comes to the pro, depending on the situation, I would say the top are between Notebook LM, this one, and for me, somebody else, completely different situation. But for me, I would say Notebook LM and the GPT are the top ones. But with Gemini, if somebody wants to just create something for their own individual private use, this is a good one too, because if it's not for you to share with other people, or at least if you share with other people for them to set up themselves, the reason why I guess this is good is because with Gemini, you can also use it also uses the internet to pull more information, just like ChatGPT. But for somebody who wants like full control to customize and like how with we saw the automation with ChatGPT. ChatGPT definitely is the one to use, but with that one to use it, you have to have a membership. So I think it's the $20 one at least you have to have every month, where Gemini it's free. And with Notebook LM, the advantage of it that people why they use Notebook LM to create these things are mainly for companies and guidelines that they want the chatbot to give information only based on resources that they have verified. That way, there's no chance of misinformation or chances of just misinformation. So it's perfect for guidelines and employee training, and even for things like onboarding, things like that, to get the team on the same page. That's when you use Notebook LM. So each one has their advantages and disadvantages. So that's it. So three different chatbots, three different places, all available easily. All right, that's it. We,
I'm sorry, I went out. The
uh,
network is disturbing me.
I know it's fine, but the recording will show everything. I was just reviewing the two different places we build a chatbot and the pros and the cons for each. Did
Okay.
you hear any of it, or I can give it quick again?
I will watch the video. At times, I looked at the video where I left out.
Okay, I mean it's fine though, but yeah. So the quick one, quick I guess based on somebody, the pros and the cons. Well, I'll just say when somebody will use each. ChatGPT, somebody will use it if they want full control to customize a chatbot, right? Like they want to be able to add features like the automation outside of that, ChatGPT, and they can access the internet to give more information, ChatGPT Gemini. But then with this
Okay.
one, to create one, you have to have a membership, which starts from $20 a month up to $200 a month, but you have to have a membership with ChatGPT. And with Gemini, the reason why somebody will use Gemini is if they want a guide like this, like my client that I had, she just wanted this that way she can use it, something that's easy for her to use to create guidelines for her customers. So if it's just for individual use or internal use, this one is good. The reason why is because you can't share it easily, but you can share the sources so that way somebody can set up their own. But it is useful when you use it individually, but
Okay.
you can't share it. So that's where the downfall is. But if it's just like for her, she says whenever she has a customer, she has to pull the instructions together, like one by herself, and then email it. But now with this, she can just easily type, "Hey, give me instructions for this product for this skin type." It gives it to her. She copies it, pastes an email, and sends it. So that's why it's useful with this one, and it's free. So that's the advantage of why she chose to use this one versus ChatGPT. And you can start using
Okay.
this and then say when you have funds later, especially if it's for a company, build up and go get the membership with ChatGPT. Now you can create even more customized ones that you can share. Now the reason why somebody would choose this one, Notebook LM, is because they want to make sure that the information that the chat gives the person is only based off of the source that they have verified. So this is very useful for somebody who works in a place that where the information is very important. So if it's for employee training, onboarding, or for some teachers that want to make sure the students, like when they have questions, that they only give answers based off of what the teacher would give them, without the internet information. So that's when they use this and you can share it publicly or keep it private. So that's a good thing about this one. And it's free. So that's why this one is over. They will use this over ChatGPT because it's free.
Okay.
So the free part
Okay.
is very important for a lot of people because you don't want to start having membership here, membership there. Next thing you know, you're paying so much just to test the application. But this one,
Yeah.
companies already use it anyways because it's very useful. Like lawyers can use this to research all their big documents. Accountants use it because for them, it is very important that they use the right information. So they put themselves at risk if they go use something that takes information from the internet. It may be at risk, but they still use it, but they have to make sure they double check all the time. So that's the overview of those three tools that we created. Easy Osusu guide, and I'll share the links to the ones that I can share to you. And then you already have I guess I shared the instructions of how to set up the Gemini one. But
Mhm.
outside of that, next class, well, let me see. Step back. Do you have any questions?
Well, no question for today's
Okay.
lesson because we go through it together
Mm-hmm.
and it's straightforward and simple.
Okay. So now if you want to test it out, like what we discussed, you come to day three, and then you
Okay.
go on the day three project files. And from here, it's so many files, so I need to come and organize. I'll use AI to help me tell me how to organize it. But yeah, so this is where the prompt is, where I just like use some prompts, and then let me see, where was the
Yes.
project? The
The three
project.
syllabus. It's
Hmm.
on the syllabus.
Yeah, day 3
That
syllabus.
on the syllabus.
For which one you're gonna create?
Oh, I think it's not here.
No, this is just a syllabus of like what we were going through today. So I think it's
Okay,
actually
okay.
the projects. Yeah, when we
Yeah, the
list of the
report.
three
Yeah,
projects.
yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then you said that you would do this one.
Yes, option.
B, option B. I don't know if did it. I don't know if it gives you an email when I tag your name on this. Well, you say you do both, but either one. At least I'll just tag your. I'll tag your name on the document just as. I mean, I think it's alright. Let me see. ABU, just so you can directly.
Okay.
Okay. That one, and then what I'll do on my end is the transcript. Remember the transcript when you said you're using the job form to create the slides presentation.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll make
Yes.
sure I prepare those transcripts for you
Okay, no problem.
to
No
be able
problem.
to pull it and add to your I don't know, for you, do you want the transcript or for me to also make meeting notes out of it? Just the transcript or the meeting notes?
Yeah, the meeting note because I just want it to be explained like what you said. We don't want to get those some of those side attraction that you are doing. Example, the Clio and other things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think if we do the presentation that is mainly tailored for beginner, that will
Mm-hmm.
be fine.
Okay, yeah, okay. So I'll prepare the meeting notes and I'll put it in a folder. Let me see. The workshop. I'll put it in a folder and I'll let you know where it is. But I'll put in a folder here where you can access.
Okay,
So each day I'll make it have their own file.
okay.
All right, and then for tomorrow, before we leave off, to just kind of review what we're going to do, not tomorrow, Thursday, the last day of
Yes,
this.
that's good. Mm-hmm.
Um, Dang, AI, it's so much. We haven't even understand your own data. So this one, I will show how. Oh, this is uh, how you can use AI. We'll just like use. We'll pick one or two. Actually, maybe just one
Mm-hmm.
example, but just how you can use AI to better understand your own lab test, like the medical labs.
Okay.
Let me see. I do have a blood work one that I can use, either blood work or financial. So you can use it to review your financial situation or your blood work. So we'll use one of those examples to show how you can use AI to help you better understand these things. Because if you're not in the field, it may be harder for you to understand. I'll see if I can either I'll use my own blood work or I'll find if they have like a sample financial ones to use for testing. We can use that, but okay. I'm thinking we might maybe stick to the financials since the class we're doing the Osusu app, a finance app. So, or should we just do a variety now with the blood work one? I don't know. Maybe mix it up
Okay.
to show we
Well,
can. Hmm?
let's use either way.
Yeah,
Let's
either
use
one.
either way.
Yeah, so day 4 will be just how you can use it for your own personal important documents that you need to understand, and they're very important to you. So,
Mm-hmm.
anyways, that's it. If you don't have any other questions, I think that's it. I have my own homework to get the meeting notes for you, and you have yours to create a chatbot,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
whichever one you want.
Thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you for attending and these long classes. I swear I do not mean to go for 2 hours, but somehow we're here. So,
Mm,
all right.
but it's very important. I'm not feeling it because the knowledge. I really
Okay. All right.
want
Just
to
let me
apply
know.
it.
Be very honest and let me know because that's how I can get better with the way I teach. I know we can definitely get more organized, but as you know, this is like we're developing it right now. So I'm seeing how, okay, the flow. But yeah.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, go ahead, create, and have a good day.
Okay.
All right. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.